Hello, welcome to Val's Crafty Creations. Today, I wanted to share with you what I ended up deciding to send to my partner Barb for the 1-month swap, which was fill a 6x9 envelope with red, green, or Christmas themed items. As you can see here on this particular pack of stickers, I did the bag topper, which actually came from a friend of mine, Kim, from our swap last year. But what I did was I went ahead and added a piece of paper to the back. My partner could go ahead and use that piece of paper on a project. Really pretty background with the red trucks and the snowman. For my paper collection that I wanted to send my partner, I went with the Safe Freeze collection since I had that out. And these are some stickers that went with the collection from last year, but when I got the bag topper, it had the little pop-up sticker here, but I wanted to share some of the poinsettia stickers, so I just went ahead and added those there, and then one down there. So we have that ready to go. And then I have a little poinsettia bag here, and I mentioned that I'd probably use a little Santa clothespin, so I thought he'd be perfect on the bag. And in here, I ended up putting some little brads that I had, little Christmas themed ones, a Santa hat and stocking and a little holly, and then a few red and green clothespins, so that be in there. I also mentioned that I'd probably share some of that red and green sequin trim from Dollar Tree, so I went ahead and just wrapped up some of those. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in the bag. It'll fit perfect right across in the bag with the clips. And the sand will go right back on there. We have those two. And then I also wanted to share just a variety of tags and my bags. Some of Donna's green and white fabric to tie a bow. I wrapped around twice. That was perfect. It's holding everything all nice and snug. And I'll probably go ahead and wrap this in tissue and then slide the fabric over the tissue just to keep it all nice and contained when I send it out. And so in here I have some of the Dollar Tree tags, and then I had some little red 3x3 envelopes. I've stuck those in there. I had some green tags, and then a tag I went ahead and stuck some of the pearls from Dollar Tree in the red, white, and green. There's around 260 in the package, so I went ahead and cut the sheet into thirds. So it works out if I use this size of a tag, I can share a little bit of each color. So we have that. And we have here the Deck the Halls with the wreath on it. We have our Santa from this year, and our poinsettia bag, the larger one. We have some of the gingerbread man and the little bags from this year. We have, I only got Santa. We have Merry Christmas, and we have the candy ones. And then we have, here we have a Santa, and we have our paper bags with Santa. And then I decided to add some of the new felt trees that I got this year. They're kind of thin, but maybe she can use those as a banner. I had a couple cut-aparts that were recipe cards, so I've got one of those in there. And I found some vintage memo pads, and a green and red theme to it, so I stuck that in there. And a couple of these photo frames that are Christmas themed with the holly and poinsettias on it. And then also I have in here some of my Happy Christmas stickers. And then I went ahead and cut one of the red and green foil paper sheets from Michael's apart. And so that's that. I'll go ahead and stick this back in here. So we have that. And then, like I said, I wanted to share the Safe Freeze collection. So with the yarn, I went ahead and tied a bow. Kind of looks like a package. And I left this a little long. I'll go ahead and trim that once I get it all situated. This will just slide off real easy, and I'll probably wrap that in some tissue too. The 12 by 12 collection comes with a sheet of numbers that you can cut apart if you want to do an advent calendar. So I took number 25 here and put that on the front, and I didn't want to cut the 12 by 12 border strips apart, so I just went ahead and wrapped those around the package. And this is just on with double-sided tape. It can easily come off, it won't rip the paper. So I had 2 pieces of that, so I went ahead and just folded that over, and then took one of the gingerbread bags and put all the smaller cut aparts. They're all in here. So that if she wants to do an advent calendar, or maybe there's some of them that just have like I could use this as a bag topper, and I would just put another strip across it and you'd have pretty green paper in the background. But yeah, so these are all the different little ones. There's Noel, Christmas, so just a variety that she can use in different projects. I thought the 6 by 6 cut aparts would be perfect if she wants to do a flip book. So I included the whole sheet, all 4 pieces. And yeah, I like this collection because it has the green foil, little details throughout the whole thing. And then I went ahead and selected several of the sheets and cut them into quarters. So we have just a variety there. So we'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll probably wrap that in tissue, and this will be on here. We got this. We got the belly band that go around it. And then, because it was just to send, a variety of different Christmas themed elements, so I came up with the pocket letter. I didn't do anything to the side except for the washi tape. I didn't punch any holes or cut the corners. So that way my swap partner can, reuse this and, another theme throughout the year. I wasn't going to add any paper to the background of the pockets. Then I decided, well, that makes it really pretty, and then she can reuse those 2.5 by 3.5 rectangles if she either on this to redo this and make this into a Christmas themed pocket letter, or some other kind of project, maybe an ATC project. But in here I have several items from the same collection. We have 2 of the wood frames and these felt poinsettia flowers, and then several of the tags. And that all came from a collection I bought at an online shop, and one of the candy canes from Michael's. Then you'll see here in these 2 pockets I have the felt stickers that I just got from Dollar Tree. And in here I went ahead and put one of the little wreath stickers that came from Hobby Lobby, and then some of the confetti. Down here I used my 2 different scallop punches, the large one and the small one, and punched out some in green and red. And then I used the tag die that I had and punched out some in red and green. And we have one of the heavy chipboard pieces here from Michael's, the little Santa. It's so cute. And then I used the label dies that I got from Donna and punched out some in the white and green. And then there's another candy cane in this pocket. And I punched out just a variety of sizes, and they layer together so she can stamp something on the white piece and then layer it on the green. And then I decided that on the back I wanted to share this green vellum envelopes that I had. And I had these vellum stickers, so I just with double-sided tape put 2 on the outside, and then on the inside is 1 or 2 more. And you can see I did that. So these 2 are the vellum envelopes with the vellum stickers. And these are the little holiday tags that you get at Dollar Tree. So I put also with double-sided tape so they're not going to slide out. 1 here and 1 here. And then I mentioned using maybe sharing some of those Santa cupcake liners. So I went ahead and put 2 in each pocket. I folded them in half so Santa shows. So we have 1 here and 1 here. And then in the middle, I went ahead and shared on the back also some different sequins. And I wrapped had just enough of this red and green ribbon to wrap it around. And in order to hide my seam, I took one of the tree sequins and stuck with the glue dot over the seam. And then, so here's some of the holly and berry sequin mix from Dollar Tree. And I'm not sure where I got the trees, but I shared a little bag full. So I put the tops of the bags are under here, and you know, pretty easy to just peel that up. And then on the front, so that's the back. A few more sequins there. And then in the top middle and bottom middle, I put some of the little bows from Dollar Tree. So what I do is I find that in a pocket letter, the little silver balls that are on there are very bulky. So what I do is unwind the tie, and then you always get the sequins that have 2 holes in them. So I went ahead and fed the tie back through the sequin and back around, and then snipped off a little bit, folded it over, and put double-sided tape back there. And they're held on. They're going to look really nice in the back of your pocket letter, and they're going to lay fairly flat. So the other thing about this, what I wanted to show is that once I decide I'm done and ready to mail it off to my swap partner, what I'll be doing is I take the top, which is open, I flip it to the inside, and then I take the bottom, which is sealed, and I flip that over the top. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and wrap it in tissue. And then what I've done today is I had these silk point set of flowers in my stash, and then these red Gerber daisies. And what I did was I twisted the wire and I fed baker's twine through that. And then I had these holly leaves from Michael's that were perfect. I just glue dotted those on, and the flowers wanted to kind of keep stacking on top of each other, so I stuck a little glue dot in there, and I went ahead and measured out 2 yards of the baker's twine. And what I discovered is 4 times around is approximately a yard. So I have that, and then my partner can just take that off and use that, so that that'll be wrapped around real pretty and tied in a bow. And I think that'll look really nice when she unwraps it. And then also I had wanted to share some of these straws, so I went ahead and stuck a glue dot right in between and then tied it with some of the baker's twine. And I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add those right in there, and then when it's wrapped in the tissue, they won't be floating around to where they can poke out the package, but they'll be tied up in there. And then, and I just remember I've got one of the Christmas pins in there. So yeah, so that's a pretty good bundle. And then I had got those little snowmen from Dollar Tree on my last trip. So I thought that with the red and green theme, that would be really cute. So I'll go do that. And then I had just enough ribbon to put 3 of these little bobbins together here with washi tape. And we have some from the Safe Freeze collection. We have some of the Santa. And then I think these 2 are also from the Safe Freeze collection. What I did was I put the ribbon through as I go ahead and loop it over like that. I'll go ahead and take a piece of washi tape and I'll stick the ends of the ribbon down. Then I take a piece of baker's twine and I go ahead and bring it around the back and loop it around. And then without pulling it tight, then I stick the ends of the baker's twine through the hole, each piece. And then you lift up the 2 pieces that you've wrapped around the ribbon and then bring that end and then remove it from the tape. And then I proceed to snug it up and straighten out my ribbon. And yeah, I think that by wrapping it around twice and pulling it on itself, it holds it so it doesn't come apart. And so now that we have it where we want it, we go ahead and angle our ribbon. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and trim our baker's twine just like this. I cut it short and then I fray it. Cut it short, not too short, but short enough. And then we can, and what I do is I just go ahead and use my scissors and make sure it's snugged up nice and tight and get that finished up. But that'll hold, and then my little bobbin's going to look really nice when it arrives at my swap partner. We won't have any baker's twine that's come untied or ribbon that's come out of the hole. And I really think that makes a nice presentation. Well, I hope you like what I ended up gathering up here for my partner Barb. I'm really excited how this turned out, and looking forward to finding out her reaction to this. She sent me so many wonderful goodies, and I wanted to make sure that I gathered plenty of little crafting things that she can use in her projects here in December, or if she does Christmas in July. Well, you all take care, and I'll be back soon with another crafty video.